Hey, this is Eric Mason. I'm here to walk you through this slideshow from the 8th grade presentation the other night. Thank you so much for being there and being a part of our night. And if you weren't able to make the meeting, I wanted to get you this information. We hope your kids had a great time and a really informative day with our students. Here we go. I'm going to go fast, so forgive me. The Pride of Mill Creek is the name of our marching band here. It is made up of wind players, brass and woodwind, percussion, and color guard. A lot of times you'll hear us say hornline or winds, and that refers to all the people who blow air through their instruments. Most of the time we try to say percussion. Sometimes you'll get the word drumline, kind of interchangeable. The group does perform at every football game, and we are competitive. We compete 3 or 4 times each year. We just got back from one yesterday, so that's exciting. And we travel every year. We're very proud that we are the largest single student organization on campus. That's very exciting for us as well. There's a lot of reasons we think marching band is valuable, and we really do think that it is valuable for your kids. Most of the students who do marching band at the end will tell you it's because it's where their friend group is. And I share the story about my daughter, who I said, honey, one day all your friends are going to be band kids. And she said, no, that's not true. I've got these friends and these friends and these friends. And last week she came up to me and said, hey, Daddy, you're right. All the people I hang out with are band kids now. And so they make such great and lasting relationships. And you can see here images. This is a leadership retreat in the upper right where we went and did an escape room. The kids just have so much fun together. We think it helps with the transition. It helps kids be more comfortable coming into high school because they already have friends. For us as teachers, the most important thing is that it teaches them incredible life skills. I'm of the opinion that, and I said this the other night, I'm not expecting every student to walk through the door and walk out as a professional musician. But what I do believe very firmly is that if you can learn to be great at one thing, you can learn to be great at anything. And so we feel like if we can teach these kids to be great musicians and great marching band members, then that'll transfer over whether they want to be doctors or lawyers or chefs or whatever. We do a lot of leadership development and lots of leadership opportunities for the kids that both look great on college applications and also help transform our students into people that we think the world needs. They become much better musicians because they play a lot more, and also it gets out a lot of fun. So if you talk to a marching band student, the first thing they'll tell you is, I love it because it's fun. They may not say, oh, it's provided me many leadership opportunities that will look great on a college application, but they know they're having a good time. This is a video that I'm going to skip over that you can watch on the website as well. It's a promo video made by one of our students. So we find every year that the students ask the same questions, and so we want to answer some of those before we get into the season. Students worry about their grades, and I can tell you empirically that we have done a grade study of students at Mill Creek and compared band students and marching band students and regular population, and the marching band students actually have higher grades than their non-marching band peers in band and in the school at large. So I'm not suggesting that there's a causation there, like joining marching band is going to make your kids get better grades, but it's certainly true that it's not going to crater your students' grades unless they choose to let that happen. And we're also proud we've had a valedictorian and 2 salutatorians in the last 10 years, and we've sent students to a lot of Ivy League schools, Penn, Harvard, Yale, Princeton, MIT, Stanford, Vanderbilt. We have students at all those places, and we're really proud of that. The other thing that we hear a lot from students is there's no way I'm going to be able to remember how to do all that stuff. And I think it's important to recognize that every kid on the field said that at one time or another. We feel very good about the methodology that we use to teach kids and the processes that we use, and we feel confident that we can teach every student. And if we get a student who really isn't going to be capable, we're going to try to find a way to make it work for them. We always have and we always will. Time commitment. There is a large time commitment to marching band. It's 3 days a week. But I also like to point out that that's less practice than the football team and less practice than the softball team and less practice than the volleyball team and so on and so on and so on. We do practice a lot. We're very visible in our practices, but we also try to make sure that the kids have time to do what they need to do outside of it. Again, I have a freshman student, and I want to make sure that she has good grades. And sometimes it's a challenge, and we work on that, but it's not a crushing time commitment. All the dates and things are on here for you to take a look at. And last, I love this picture in the upper right. Those are kids dressed as mattresses at a fundraiser. We are never going to exclude ever anybody because of a lack of ability to pay. We do have dues for kids to be in marching band because it offsets the cost of what we do. we will work with you. We do so many fundraisers a year, and you can see some of them on the page here. And I'll show you who to contact later. If you're interested in starting those now, you certainly can. But we're never going to turn a student away because of money. It always bothers me when I ask a student, why didn't you do marching band? And they said, my parents can't afford it. Like, we will make it work for you. So this is from last week, but this has got some dates on it. We actually do 8th grade registration or rising freshman registration, I think now in January. So you'll start to get a lot of information from us around the beginning of next semester about how to sign up and what it means and all that kind of stuff. And then there's a couple dates at the bottom of when the marching band component comes in. I think it's important to note that band and marching band are two different things. We have concert band just like they did in middle school. We actually have 4 different concert bands, and there are members of all of those concert bands in the marching band. So students, anybody can just do concert band. You can continue to do exactly what you've done in middle school. But you have to be a member of a concert band class to be in marching band. Then there's a couple of dates down here again. April 8th, online registration opens, and May the 4th is our spring registration meeting for marching band. No comment necessary here. You can pause the video as you need to. These are all the dates that we know, or as close to knowing them as we can for next summer. And then here's contact. I'm Eric Mason. You can contact me at any time. Bridget Wiles is our co-director here. And at the bottom are our parents. If you're looking to do fundraisers, you can contact Julie Crawford. She'll get it to the right person, or Tamara Miller, who's in charge of Script, which is one of our big fundraisers. If you have other parent questions, you can get them to Ken Parker, our Booster Club president. That's it, folks. Thank you so much for watching, and we look forward to meeting you and your students in the very near future.